I hope you all are ready for this week's Trader Joe's taste test because my goodness, there are 20 new items we're trying. Actually, there's one that's a seasonal item that came back that we're trying, but 19 new items for us to try. Oh my gosh, we're actually splitting this into two. Not for you guys, but for us. We had to cook some stuff later on so that it's not cold for this taste test. And in fact, we have some warm toast right here that we need to get right into. But if you're excited for this massive Trader Joe's taste test with tons of new items, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, support the channel by doing that, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the videos we're doing. And then leave a comment down below and stay tuned for the question of the week at the end of this video. All right, let's get right into it because we have no time to lose.
All right. Ooh, baby, just hold tight. We're up the moonlight. Believe in the magic.
We have two different products we are trying on one piece of toast that I cut in half. So one of them is the peaches and cream cheese, and the other one is the tart cherry, what is this, fruit spread? Yeah, fruit spread. So I think we should try the peaches and cream because it's cold and I don't want it to get too, the actual cream cheese is cold, so.
Absolutely.
Tastes like peaches.
It does.
Yeah.
A little bit tart, a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of tartness to it. But still sweet at the same time. So it does taste quite a bit like peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? That peach flavor is really good.
I know. It is really good. It has a really nice peach flavor and a really nice peach scent too. I asked in the haul what we should pair this with, and I didn't want the basic bagel or pair it with a fruit or something. But I haven't, that video hasn't gone out yet since we are filming right now. So that means we had to just put it on some toast for now. But I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about what we can put it on because we have a whole tub of it now and we need to use it. So let's try the tart cherry spread. I'll let Tim try it first. I'm excited to see how this tastes.
I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be more tart. That's pretty good.
That is good.
Yeah, to me it just tastes like a cherry jam, but I mean I would almost even say it almost tastes like a strawberry jam because it's not super tart like cherries typically are. And especially the fact that they say tart cherry, this was actually pretty good as well. So 2 for 2 on the spread so far.
I love this. I think this tart cherry fruit spread is really good. Tim's right. It's not as sour or tart as others that I've tried before, but it has a really nice flavor to it and it's perfect for summer. I even venture to say you could probably put a little of the tart cherry spread on top of the peaches cream cheese.
Super fruity, yeah.
And that would be really good, actually. I think that would nail it. So I really like this. I think this is a great product. I'm hoping that Trader Joe's keeps this year round because I feel like this is just one of those, I don't know, one of those products I'm probably going to end up going to use a lot, and Benson might even want them in his peanut butter jelly sandwiches, almond butter jelly sandwiches, because it's just a really nice spread. So we are moving on to try the Italian sparkling mineral water. I just really wanted to wash down what we just tried before we get into all the other things. And also, we're gonna be trying the Aparito Spritz very soon. And this is a product of Germany, so I'm excited to try that. But let's go ahead and try this sparkling mineral water. Ooh, I like the small bubbles in this. Yes. You don't notice, huh?
No, I mean I do, but I mean it's sparkling water, so it tastes to me like a Perrier or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't have a flavor like I thought it was gonna be, like a Gerolsteiner.
Yeah,
it doesn't taste like that. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I mean, I don't have much to say.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it tastes like sparkling water. I also didn't get very much flavor out of it from the minerals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me personally, this would be something that I would add to maybe a cocktail or something that I wanted to add bubbles to.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't, I'm more flat. I'm no gas, right? I'm not going for the gas. But I would probably add it to something if I were going to have it at all.
Okay. I personally feel like this is a really good sparkling water, and If you don't know, I very much enjoy sparkling beverages.
Yes, you do.
And there's something to be said about the small bubbles. They're really hard to find, but I feel like this is giving me Topo Chico vibes, like a lot. And I feel like the carbonation is even more fine than the Topo Chico, which is insane. So I like the small bubbles because it doesn't really get caught in your throat. Like some of the, you know, when something is really sparkly and you get like those bigger bubbles and then you have to like burp a lot. I don't like that. I like the smaller where you can just kind of drink it and it doesn't really affect you in that way. So this is really good. I love this and I'm going to be buying this a lot more often now just because, wow, I'm impressed.
I was going to say, I think you might be the first person ever to choke on bubbles, but...
No, it just like the bigger bubbles, you know, they just come right back out. And the small bubbles, they don't do that and it's a little easier to drink. It doesn't tingle your throat. It's better. So, okay, we're moving on. Let's try the new strawberry yogurt flavored almonds.
Okay.
So there's like a strawberry theme going throughout this taste test and like the new items. Trader Joe's loves doing that. They love having like, you know, a star player, and the theme running throughout their products.
Now, do they have something similar to this, but like a yogurt covered almond that was a different flavor already?
Yes. What was that? Almond, maple.
Maple?
Maple? They have had a lot though. They have a ton of coated almonds and so many different things they use. So we're gonna try, I gave us two. These are really pink and very coated, so let's give them a go. These are sweet.
Yeah, and if anything, these are more tart than the tart jam.
Yeah, a little bit actually. That's a good point.
Yeah. They do have, to me, first thing is it's like, it's actually quite tart. But the strawberry flavor is like secondary to the sour, like tart flavor.
It's probably the yogurt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're good. They're a nice snack. They don't taste synthetic to me at all, so I think they did a good job on making it taste natural. Sure, there's natural flavors, other natural flavors. So, you know, that's always something you gotta be aware of. But I think overall, the yogurt covered almonds are a nice treat, nice snack that livens up a regular almond.
Yeah, I agree. I think you nailed it as far as like it does have a tartness to it. I really enjoy that part of it. It kind of like gives your tongue a little bit of a surprise. You're like, ooh, what's that? But I agree. They're really nice. They're flavored perfectly. They don't taste synthetic. And they have like a nice sweetness to them. And I will say the coating, it looks thicker than it actually is because you can really taste the almond too. Some of these coatings you get, it's so coated, which I also don't mind. Sometimes I like it when it's really coated and it's like got a thick shell. But this is like the perfect ratio, I feel like, because it's not like overdone. Sometimes it's a little overdone and you're like, whoa. So I really enjoy these. These are like a nice little snack to throw in, you know, like a picnic basket or something. I don't know. It's fun. I love it. Finished with a dusting of strawberry powder. I think it's Aparito time.
Is it Aparito time?
It's Aparito time.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun. How cute are these little bottles? Okay, so I love that this, I wanted to show you guys. It's like a little pull tab here.
Yeah.
And you just pull it off.
So simple.
And it peels right off the lid. And then you got this cute little bottle to go. Just kidding. Don't drink responsibly, of course. Do you want to try it first?
Sure. So we've had Aperol, and I'm not sure what the difference is. I feel like Aparito is just like small Aperol. Like, it looks so cute and tiny.
Yeah. Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, but let's try it out.
It's a baby. It's a baby one.
It's a lot better than the last time we had.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. The last time we had Aperol,
I was
in
like
those
waiting
little
for
cans,
the response. Yes.
Those were not my favorite. These, completely different drink. Tell me what you think. It tastes like a pretty decent drink, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does have a little bit of that like bitterness at the end. That's what I don't like about the Aperol Spritz, and a lot of people do love, is it kind of has like that bitter bite at the end. This does have it, but there's a lot more sweetness and almost like, I know it's an orange color. I don't know if that's throwing off my brain, but I feel like it has like an orange flavor.
I don't think it does. So I was just reading it. It says, it's funny that they call it grape wine, but it's carbonated grape wine with flavors and added color. So does have like a little bit of that fruitiness flavor to it, but that's because it's like a wine. So if you were to compare this and or to like say that this was wine, I would say it is like super fruity and not like fruity. A traditional wine. So for those of you that haven't ever had an Aparito Spritz, like it's pretty pretty fruity, sweet, and
a little bitter aftertaste.
A little bitter, but not like the Aperol we had a while back.
No, I actually really enjoy these. These are perfect for summer too. I feel like they're kind of between refreshing and like a dessert wine. It's like between the two, which is kind of weird to say, but yeah, it makes sense when you try it.
All right, so because that's technically, I guess, a wine, you can't have wine without cheese. So we're gonna move on to the everything but the bagel cheddar cheese. And I'm curious to try this. I think it sounds good. So, you know, let's go for it.
I mean, if Trader Joe's was only a store with everything bagel, they would still be successful because I feel like that's what really put them on the map. Everything but the bagel seasoning has gotten them through. And now we have it in cheese.
Whoa, that tastes like everything but the bagel.
Wow. Wow. Okay, Garlic City in this cheese.
Yeah.
You will not be kissing a vampire after eating this. This is insanely infused with garlic. All I taste is garlic. That's it.
I mean, it is garlicky. There's no doubt.
Maybe oniony too, even.
To me, the first thing was like, wow, this tastes like everything but the bagel, like on top of cheese. It's just kind of exactly what it sounds like. But it's good. I like it. I think it has a lot of really good flavor to it, and it works. So you can literally just slice this and put it on a cracker, and it's like really delicious. So we've been enjoying everything this taste test.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't normally watch us, we don't just like everything, but everything's been good so far, and I think the cheese is maybe one of the best things we've had so far.
Well, I will say, so the cheese is incredible. I really enjoy it too. A little goes a long way, and you definitely want to have some gum on you if you're out, because this cheese, I can just taste it. It's very onion and garlic forward, which are like two things for your breath that are just probably not the best to like be talking to people very closely. But it has a good flavor. The cheese itself is a very soft cheddar, so it kind of just melts in your mouth a little bit. I feel like this would make really good dip, like if you could melt this and use it as like a fondue. I feel like it has that fondue-y flavor to dip whatever you want into it, but it does have a ton of flavor. So if you're somebody that really wants a flavorful cheese, or you want to do a really fun, like, I don't know, trying some new cheeses, this would be perfect to add to the board. And I'm thinking cheese board here. And I think it's really flavorful cheese. I like it. It's just a strong flavor. Yeah, the one thing I would change would be that I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a soft cheese as much as it is like a creamy cheese. Yeah. Like the soft cheeses, I think of like a brie or something that's really like smooth. Okay, I see what you're saying. But this one is definitely creamy, and that flavor in your mouth, like I think you said, is like kind of coats your mouth because it's so creamy. And I think it's, that milky, creamy flavor that comes through. But it is easy to cut. Like, it's not a firm cheese where you just like have to really. This is just like butter. It's like a butter pad. You just cut it through. And it is very creamy. So definitely. All right. Do you want to try your meat item? So since we just had cheese, we'll move along to another cheese item. So this is the fresh prosciutto wrapped fresh mozzarella cheese. And how many are in here? 2, 4, 6, 7. Is that right? That seems weird. 7 of them. Wow. So I'll go ahead and open this up and give it a try. All right, here we go. So perfectly wrapped. They look, I don't know, like fingers. Prosciutto wrapped string cheese. Kind of. The cheese looks really soft, but I'm gonna give it a try. Fingers. You can use this for Halloween. You probably could. Pretty good. I mean, it tastes like prosciutto and it tastes like cheese. So not like any other flavors coming in through there. Now I'll say that like the prosciutto doesn't have very like any seasoning to it. So it really does just taste like prosciutto and mozzarella cheese. This is a great snack. If we were making a charcuterie board out of the stuff that we have just in front of us, we'd have probably a pretty good board. So I think they are a little bit on the pricey side. Yeah.
I was kind of surprised by the price for how many you get. But I would say when you do have them, though, they're pretty good quality. You can taste that they're good, high quality meats.
So I was gonna ask you, is it fresh? Like, does it taste really fresh?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that the flavor, the freshness, just definitely comes through in both the meat and the cheese. So it actually even says it on here, fresh mozzarella.
Yeah.
And it's a high quality cheese and meat. So when you open up the package and you have the first one like I did, it definitely has. You definitely do taste that freshness.
Yeah, I was gonna say the mozzarella itself looks like one of those fresh, like, what is it? Like the more natural mozzarella sticks that you can get actually at Trader Joe's, where they're like a lot softer cheese. Is the mozzarella itself softer than like a firm?
Oh, it's definitely not like a string cheese where it's all firm. But
That's
it's
what
also
I was
not.
expecting.
It's also not super soft. It's like just that perfect
In between. Okay.
perfect balance. Yeah.
That's good to know.
So all said and done, I think it's a little pricey, but if you are looking for a high quality prosciutto wrap mozzarella, this one is really good.
Perfect. All right, we are moving on to the passion fruit granola. We have so many more to get through. So you guys, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out with us. We have a lot to get through. Okay, so this is just some passion fruit granola with dried raspberries. So we each got a granola cluster and a dried raspberry to try together.
All right, that's really good. The granola is really quite hard. Really crunchy. I would say this would probably be best if you put it into like a yogurt or something that would kind of have some moisture to it. And in the haul, I believe you said that these raspberries are probably the same dried raspberries that they put out last week or 2 weeks ago. And I would agree. I think they have, again, this is like such a tart taste test. There's so many tart items in it, except for the one thing that said was tart.
Yeah.
Because these are tart, and I feel like make your lips pucker from the tart raspberries.
I agree. I feel like the raspberries in this are very tart and they steal the show.
Yeah.
The passion fruit flavor is totally lost to me. All I taste is that tart raspberry. Now, if I just try the granola itself, which I should do, I want to see if I taste that passion fruit because, do you want to try too?
Sure.
Just plain?
Yeah, you can actually see the dusting of like little flecks of that passion fruit.
Okay.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there for sure.
Very light though. If you like passion fruit flavor, don't expect this to be like wow and knocking your socks off because honestly, it's the raspberries world and we're just living in it because that's if you get any raspberry in this, it's what you're tasting. The granola itself is really good. I like the sweetness of it. I like that the clusters are stuck together and it's not like a bunch of little pieces just floating around. Some granola gets like that where, it's just like individual little flecks of granola instead of the clusters. I like the clusters. But I will say maybe they should have taken the passion fruit out of it and just left it with the raspberry flavor because that's really what is taking over to me.
Yeah, I mean, they pair well together though.
They do, yeah.
The passion fruit is pretty mild, but I think it does add a little bit of that sweetness to the bites that you don't get the raspberry. But
sure.
All in all, it's granola. It's pretty hard. It's pretty good. Pretty tart. Pretty fruity.
Yeah, it's all good. We are moving on. Actually, we got to go cook up that gluten-free pizza, and we're going to be trying a beer with that. We have a wine to go. We still have the yuzu to try. We have the strawberries and cream pancake mix to try.
We've got coconut chickpea curry.
So,
oh man, we got a lot.
BRB, I gotta go make this pizza, and we'll see you guys in, right now, but we'll see you in a little bit. We're traveling the world now because we're in India, and we're trying the Trader Joe's Indian Fare coconut chickpea curry, and this is what it looks like. Kind of like baby food, but it does have a lot of chickpeas in here, which I love to see. I love chickpeas. And I really just want to know how spicy this is.
Yeah, don't feed it to your babies. We are traveling the world, right? We've been to Italy, Germany, now to India.
Yum.
All right.
Oh, that is flavorful. That's great. Love it.
I agree.
That is so yummy.
Yeah, the chickpeas have like such a good texture to them. They're holding up to their shape, but soft, where you can just bite right into them and they break down really easily.
I agree. The soup that it's in, or whatever it's called, I don't know if it's called soup, but it is like a thick paste, kind of this part, the curry part. And so when you get a little bit of that, it's very satisfying. I feel like this is a very like hearty meal. It's not too spicy at all.
No, it's not.
It is just very good. I think the coconut really tames it down, but it's phenomenal. This tastes amazing. So highly recommend. I love Indian food, so it's hard for me to be mad at it unless it's too spicy. Sometimes it's a little too spicy for me, but this is delicious.
Yeah, I like Indian food too, and but I do think that there's some curries that I really just don't like the flavor. This is not one of those.
Yeah.
This is one where the flavor is really good. The spice level is very mild. I mean, I wouldn't even put it at a medium. It's like definitely a mild. So all in all, I'd say the texture is great. The flavor is really good. The chickpeas have a great texture and consistency, and overall, pretty good product.
Yeah, I agree. Trader Joe's does do Indian food, in my opinion, really well. It's obviously not like a restaurant or like someone that's home cooking it for you, but it's good. All right, we are moving on to the freezer pops. I decided to try 2 different flavors. We got the berry and then the cherry limeade. The last one was orange. Orange is not my favorite flavor, and we probably all know what orange tastes like. So
Probably tastes like orange.
which one do you want to try first?
I don't know.
We'll
They look
switch
the
off.
same, so I'll do berry.
Berry?
I guess.
Okay. So it's actually softer than an Otter Pop, I think. And these have been freezing for a few days, so it's not like I just froze them last night.
They are softer. Wow. Wow. This is good. This one's really good. I like this berry flavor.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
This is really good, too.
Try it.
It's kind of mild. It doesn't have much of a... It has a little bit of a lime flavor. Cherry flavor, it's very light. I would say the cherry limeade is much lighter than I was expecting.
Yeah.
It does have a little bit of a tartness to it.
This is good, too.
But,
Like, it
yeah.
definitely does taste like a cherry limeade. And the one thing that I take away that's really good about this is that it does taste like 100% juice, like it is. And
berry
it's
one's good.
Right?
I like the berry one. Again,
Yeah.
though, lighter on the flavor. It's not like... You're not getting that... It's not overly sweetened, which I really love about these. It's just... It tastes so different than what you're used to with an Otter Pop or something, where it's just like a blast of sugar in your mouth. This is like really nice, and you really taste the flavor of what it is. So the berry...
Yeah.
And yeah, it's...
It tastes like
really good.
real fruit, not like, the synthetic lime flavor that like Otter Pop
Yeah.
gives you. This is like
These are
actually
nice.
having fruit.
I love these.
Yeah, I like these
All
too.
right, this is a win in my book. So I feel like you could also make a really fun cocktail with these, because it'll keep your drink cold and it'll flavor it. So
And it'd probably look really cool if you added it in there as like a stick into the side
for
of it.
sure.
Or something.
I know. It'll be a new summer thing.
Yeah.
All
We're starting
right.
a trend.
Yeah, we are. The pizza should be ready any minute, so I'm gonna go check on that. I'll be right back. It's time to try the yuzu kosho, which is a Japanese citrus chili pepper paste. I've tried yuzu before, and as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of like a Japanese hot sauce, citrusy flavor, adds a lot of flavor to different dishes.
Yeah.
So this is a paste, so I'm thinking it's a lot more concentrated than what I've tried before, where it's more like a watery consistency. So I asked you guys in the taste test, or not the taste test, this is the taste test. I asked you guys in the haul what we should pair this with, and the haul hasn't even gone out yet because we are doing stuff Saturday, so we had to film early. But I did a little Google search, and what it's telling me is that it is a unique blend of sour and sweet. It has a slightly bitter aftertaste. It can be used to flavor all kinds of dishes, both savory and sweet, which I find interesting. And it says this is what it pairs well with: beef, chicken, or fish. And Tim's been eating a lot of fish lately, so he might want to pair that with it. Seafood, salmon, scallop, shrimp, carrots, salad greens or lettuce, mushrooms and onions, apricots, caramel, ginger. Dang, there's so many things. Even green tea.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is just go ahead and straight up try it out of the jar and see what it tastes like and let you guys know our opinion. I plan to actually make a recipe and film it for you guys on YouTube. And if you missed it, I did a recipe, 2 recipes in the last video I put out before the haul. So I plan to do something with this. So for this taste test, we're gonna try it straight up and just let you know the flavor profile that we like. but I do plan to make something with it. And it does say you can mix the paste with sour cream or mayo, which I think is a great idea, and I might actually end up doing that. All right.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yes, it wasn't just me. Okay, so it looks kind of like a chutney almost.
Honestly, this is kind of scary.
Ooh, it smells like green chilies.
Okay, try it. You go first.
Wow.
Is it spicy?
No, it's not. It has a spice, but it is very sour. Like citrus.
The yuzu. Oh, it's pretty warm. That yuzu, which those of you who don't know what yuzu is, it's a fruit. It's like a lot like lemon kind of. Wow.
Yeah. This packs a punch.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It's got, so I actually like the heat on it. I feel like it tastes really nice. The spice that it gives is just like a really even overall spiciness in your mouth, and it's really good.
It's pretty spicy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. I'm usually like the one that's a
I don't think you got a good bite on it or lick on it.
I licked the whole back and it was covered.
Dude,
so I had a lot, but
it's pretty spicy.
I like it. I think it tastes great, and it is a very citrus forward. So
Yeah,
like Tim was
much.
saying, it's definitely got a tartness to it. So keeping along the tart theme,
so many tart items.
it's got a really nice balance of heat and citrus flavor, but it is a very bold taste. So I can see why you can easily add this to sour cream or mayo to make it into like a sauce. Excellent idea. I think that is exactly what I'm going to end up doing with it. But I also can see it using like small bits of it, like just a little bit to top on your fish or shrimp or whatever, even like a taco, something. I don't know. You can get creative with it and do like a fusion of different flavors, which is always fun. So I think this is great though. Very concentrated, like I said, has a lot of flavor, and you can probably do so many different things with it. So I'm excited for it.
And you know, honey, a little dab will do ya.
Exactly. The pizza is officially ready. Woohoo!
Straight out the oven.
It is. This
Ooh,
is the gluten-free crust. And we used the burrata filling to top it. I did little mozzarella shreds also on top. So this is what it looks like.
Dang.
And then we're going to pair it with the beer that we're going to try. So do you want to pour the beer?
Yes, so this beer here is the Smog City, one of our favorites, Rogue Wave Hazy IPA.
Whoop,
we've
whoop.
been loving this brewery. And
I know.
so if you ever see it in your store, definitely give it a try because we've been loving them.
So one thing I do want to mention before I bite into this is that gluten-free pizza dough. So you do need to leave it out for 30 minutes before you start manipulating it and forming it into your pizza. I only did a half, and it is very hard to work with. It wants to just separate from itself. So there were like a lot of holes that I kind of had to try to like fill, and it's a lot thicker than I had anticipated just because it didn't want to spread like a traditional pizza dough does. So if you are using this, keep that in mind. I don't know if there's anything you can do to help, but that's just something I wanted to mention to you guys. Ooh, this is hot. Should we try the beer first?
Let's try the beer first. Maybe separate these so it cools down a little bit.
I'm separating this.
So we'll try out the beer now.
Yes. This beer smells amazing.
It smells like, oh
my gosh, this is good.
Yeah. It almost smells like it has like a fruit flavor to it, but it doesn't.
It's like creamy and crisp.
Yeah.
So crisp. This is delicious. I'm glad I got a 4-pack of this. This is really good.
This is a really good one.
This is like one of my favorites.
I don't disagree with you.
That's clean.
It is a Rogue Wave. It's
so good.
Really yummy. I would say hazy IPAs, they have that creaminess. That's why they call them hazy, because they almost look creamy.
Yeah.
But this one's one of the better ones that we've ever had. So
really good.
that's a winner for sure.
What's the percentage on this one?
So this one is 6.3%.
It tastes like juice. All right, I'm gonna try this now. The burrata filling is on top there, so try to differentiate between the two.
All right.
And the crust is cooked on the bottom, so it's fully cooked.
And it's hot, so we'll try it. Don't burn yourself.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gluten-free crust.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like really good. I'd say it's a little bit more dense.
I was gonna say that. I was like, it is very dense.
Yeah, but it cooked really well. Like, I'm just looking at the golden brown, like, crust.
Yeah.
And though it's dense, it tastes pretty similar to, like, a normal traditional gluten crust. And the burrata, I'll have to come back to the burrata because I was more focused on the crust on that one. But this whole bite, it's like a gourmet pizza right now.
Honestly, the combo with the burrata, I used Rayo's sauce on the bottom. And then, like I said, I just did a little bit of fresh mozzarella shreds that I shredded myself. And then I did the burrata filling and like dollops on the top, and it kind of spread over the top of it. Wow.
So good.
Wow. Okay, so I was a little worried because, like I said, the crust wasn't spreading like I wanted to. But the thicker crust is delicious. This has so much flavor, and it's, like Tim said, very dense. And the cheese, the burrata filling, I love.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to buy more.
We should.
I feel like we could use it for so many different recipes, but on top of a pizza, wow.
I don't think I've ever had burrata and not loved it.
I know. It's like an extra decadent, rich, creamy, because it's a filling, it's more like creme fraiche. If you've had creme fraiche, it's
very
similar consistency and kind of almost a little bit more on that creamy side like creme fraiche is too. But it has like little shreds of mozzarella in there too. And so I think it holds up really well to a pizza. And you can see it easily just cooked on top, and it's not spilling over. I thought it might kind of just spill over and just kind of become a puddle, but no. It's held up, so I think both products are wonderful. If you're gluten-free, pick this up, try it, and get that burrata filling to go on top because, wow, the combo, insane.
Yeah, we've got a lot more dessert items coming up here.
Yes, we do.
So hang tight. We're going to go move on to the next ones, but we're going to enjoy this pizza first.
It's wine time. We picked the Josh. Well, we didn't. You guys did. I actually did a poll on my Instagram before we filmed this because, like I said, the haul wasn't out yet, but it is out now. So I was kind of trying to get to see who wanted what, and it's pretty split in the split evenly on YouTube. But at least on Instagram, Josh was the winner. But it was not a clear, very specific winner. It was almost close to even. So we might do the Matua next week. Josh did win. It was 56% to 44% for the Matua. So we'll do that next week for you guys so that you're still seeing one that you want to see. But this Josh is absolutely gorgeous. First of all, the bottle is amazing, and the color of this cab is beautiful. I'm so excited. Whoops. I'm so excited to try it. This is what it looks like. We're gonna take a sip, and then we have 4 desserts to try.
Oh my gosh, it smells
so,
good.
I know, that does. I think with the desserts, these are gonna get real good. Ooh,
baby,
that is good. That's smooth. That is a smooth drink. And I'll tell you right now, it has some oak in it, which we haven't been drinking very many oaky wines. It's been more of like a berry wine. So this is a nice change, and it's really, really nice. Really nice.
It really is nice. Now, I don't know that I've ever had a bad wine from Paso Robles. Josh, this has always been good, and this one is the Josh Reserve. And even the bottle itself is just like above and beyond.
So pretty, yeah.
Like from the gold writing to even like the cork itself, and like the wrap on it had little bumps on it. It's fancy, and the wine inside matches.
Yeah, it does, and that's always a good thing because you don't want to be disappointed to like drink and be like, oh, this isn't that great.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get right into it because we have still so much to go. So
still got a lot.
Here is the ginger lemon cheesecake. I have been sitting it out for quite some time. And I want to try the whole bite with the crust and all.
Oh, I mean, the graham cracker crust is always the best part of the cheesecake.
It always is. So, that lemon though. Okay, I love this because your initial first taste is this really bright lemon flavor, which is really nice. And then after you swallow it, you taste that ginger aftertaste.
I don't.
Really? You don't taste the ginger?
I don't think so.
You're so sensitive to ginger. Wow.
I mean,
I definitely taste the ginger afterwards, but it's not. It's a very it's a minimal ginger flavor, but it definitely is there. And I really like it. I like this balance of the lemon, really bright, fresh tasting, and then you have this like nice ginger aftertaste that just kind of like sits on the tongue. It's really nice.
This is a really nice cheesecake. I will be honest. I mean, for me, if I were to do a blind taste test on this, I would just think that this was a lemon cheesecake and really enjoy it. Honestly, everything in this taste test has been great so far. And this one, I love cheesecake. And we so rarely ever actually indulge and have cheesecake. So having this in the house is dangerous.
No, the neighbors are getting it.
No!
Yes, they are. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it up, and the neighbors are gonna get.
Okay,
like,
well then I'm having. Well,
you
this.
can take as much as you want, but we don't need that whole thing. I mean, clearly, Benson, you want to try?
Sure. Lemony.
Yeah, it's lemony.
Lemony, huh? Any other thoughts?
We don't like the texture, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. He does not like creamy stuff. That's not his jam. So, well, you know we have to wash this down with some wine.
You know, of course we do.
That wine is real good. Okay, we're gonna take a break from the cheesecake because we do have, you know, the Japanese soufflé cheesecake, which we are going to try, but I'm gonna break it up with some ice cream, and I think we'll try the new, actually not ice cream, sorbet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Are you ready? I gave you your own spoon for this one. And this is, looks like a sorbet. It looks icy and
Yes,
strawberry-y.
Okay, here
Ready?
we go. Very mild in flavor. Like, it doesn't have a whole lot of this. I mean, it has strawberry flavor, but it's not very strong. And I think that's because it's dairy-free.
You think so?
I don't
What does
know.
that have to do with the flavor?
Well,
Let me see.
it's just not as rich.
Yeah, the first ingredient on here is water. So
Oh,
maybe
that
that's
makes
why.
sense, yeah.
But then it's strawberry. I definitely get a strawberry taste out of this, but I will say this doesn't have natural flavors. So this is straight up just strawberries, water, and then there's like a couple gums in here that, you know, they add to the ingredient list. But as far as the flavor goes, it tastes, I like it. I think it has a good strawberry flavor. It's not like, it doesn't taste synthetic, and I think sometimes we get caught up in like those really flavorful fruits because they're like naturally flavored and they add a chemical to make it enhanced. And I think we're tasting just like a natural strawberry in its natural habitat, water. But I liked it. I thought it was nice. And it's light, but it's perfect for summer.
Yeah, it's pretty muted, but I think it's all right.
It's aight. Okay, we're gonna try the Japanese souffle now.
Okay.
Should we just peel it down and bite into it?
Sure, however you want.
This is what it looks like. It comes in these little like paper containers. Do you want to try this even though it's gonna be cheesecakey?
No.
Tim's taking the first bite.
Oh, really soft.
Yeah, it's a cloud cake or something like that.
Yeah. Well, from a texture, standpoint, very fluffy, light. The flavor is pretty light too.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be strawberry?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it says strawberry souffle. I don't get any strawberry out of that. But I do like how light and fluffy it is.
You want to try another bite?
Sure.
This reminds me of like angel food cake or something.
Yeah.
Like it's very, it's almost like a bready texture, which is probably why it's called like the souffle. It's a souffle. But yeah, it doesn't have much flavor. I think I would probably put like some fresh fruit on top.
Yeah.
And, or maybe even like make a syrup with strawberries or blueberries or something, like a fresh syrup with a little sugar and put it on the stove and make it into like a, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And drizzle it on top. I will say, after just letting it sit, I am not a fan of the aftertaste.
Really?
Yeah, the aftertaste has a weird kind of like, I feel like I need to cleanse my palate.
I get the sense that it's kind of like bread pudding a little bit, and it's light, it's simple, but I think it definitely needs some fruit to be added.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't get the hype. I was gonna say I get the hype, but I don't get it. I think it's like a fun product. It's totally different than like what you would think of a cheesecake, even though I think it's called a soufflé cheesecake. So
Yeah.
but I think probably having it like freshly made, if we were in Japan and had this like freshly made, it'd probably be insane.
Oh, way
so
different.
good.
Yeah.
All said and done. Try it if you want. It's definitely a different type of product, but it's just, I don't know. It's just
It's mild, yeah.
It's meh.
All right, what do we got here?
Last
honey?
one. This is a seasonal one. We saved the seasonal for last, but this is the fudgy cookie dough ice cream, and this is one we tried last year when it came out, and it's one of our favorites, so I could not get it, even though it'll probably sit in our freezer now because we've been doing so well with our health and eating well that we have so many treats and stuff, and I have to go to the freezer and go, neighbors, we have treats for you.
But here we go. Let's enjoy it right now. Wow.
I got a big chunk of cookie dough.
I did too. Oh, man.
Ooh, that's creamy.
It's been sitting out for just a few minutes, and it is so good. Mm-hmm. The soft, I got a cookie dough bite. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This ice cream should be illegal. It's too good. It is delicious.
That's the kind of ice cream I'll go for.
Yeah.
That is, whoa, I forgot how good that was.
I know. It's hard to you know what's really frustrating too is Trader Joe's
That's
puts
so
these
good.
in these tiny little containers. So you're like, oh, it's like a personal size.
Personal size. That'd be a lot of ice cream.
It would, but it's kind of like if you just sat down with it with the TV on and you just start, before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, we've done that before.
I mean,
We have.
it's really good. So
It
if
is.
there was an ice cream that I would do that to, it'd probably be that one right there.
Yeah, we would just share and pass it between us, and before you know it, Tim would be like, uh-oh,
Yeah.
we ate it all. We're not doing that anymore.
No.
Well, that was it for the food portion. I can't believe how long that took. We only had to stop the camera 3 times, pick up Benson from school, and cook stuff in between. So thanks for hanging out with us for this long. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait for the question of the week. So here it is. What is a passion that you have, but you're not very good at it, but you still do it anyway? I have mine.
You go first,
Okay,
yeah.
so one of my passions is painting. I love painting. I don't do it very often, but when I do, I very much enjoy it, and it really just centers me, calms me, and I am not very good at painting. And I know art is subjective, but I just know that that's not like something I'm really great at, but I do enjoy art. I enjoy painting. My favorite class in high school was ceramics, and I love to make pottery and stuff, but it's not something that I'm just like naturally amazing at, but I still love to do it. So that's my answer.
Oh, man, this is tough because I generally like to do the things that I'm good at
Yeah.
and stay away from the things that I'm not.
Benson in the background is going crazy.
I guess I would say like building things. I've had a lot of like success doing so, but with the least bit of confidence in every step along the way. Leveraging YouTube videos a lot and just trying to copy the steps ahead of me, but definitely not something I'm like great at naturally. But I do love like building, and I built a chicken coop in the backyard, which I don't know how I did correctly, but
It's amazing.
I did a good job.
But
but just like if I were to not have like followed steps and out along the way, I would not have been good at it at all. So I don't know. It's just what comes to the top of my head.
Yeah, and I feel like you get better at it all the time, and you learn so much. But it's like, you have to start from somewhere. So, and I feel like, of course, building is hard. Like that's something that I don't even, I could probably do because my dad, that's what he did. But like, I just don't think I'd be naturally good at that either. I think there are people that are just naturally, they can just like their brains work that way. But I do feel like you do a lot, and you have improved in the 14 years we've been together from not being able to do much at all to building like a fire pit at our last place, and like now you built a coop,
swing,
swing, like, and you fix things around the house too. So I feel like, every time he fixes something, he gets better at it as he goes.
It's
But
true.
yeah, starting out, it was, my dad was here a lot to help out. But yeah, so I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about something that you're passionate about, and maybe just starting out and you're not very good at it yet, or you're getting better. It's always fun to work on ourselves and improve and get better with things that we enjoy doing. So I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this long video,
You made it this far, please.
give it a thumbs up,
Yeah.
subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.